Hello everyone and welcome to this new and very personal video. In this episode I wish to talk a bit more about myself. First I'll tell you about what I am doing here, what my videos are about, and the very best decision of my life, and what has changed since that decision. In the second part I talk about YouTube channels I watch and thank a few fellow creators here. Disclaimer, all of I am talking about here is my personal subjective opinion. Feel free to discuss the topics in the comments below. We are all equally cycling on this planet, so be fair and polite. So, let us start. First of all, most of you visiting my channel may ask, what are those videos about? No presentation, no voiceover, only pictures and music. As you might know, there are many other bike touring creators here on YouTube, presenting everything from the weekend trip up to world traveling by bike. But my vision of these videos is not 4K drone shots and mystical voiceover philosophy. Of course, I have a lot of respect for those creators and many of them are inspiring also me for my bike tours and my videos. But my vision is another. The first video I have ever made was in 2003. I was 15 when I traveled the US with my family. Amateur filming was a complete different world in those days. Everything was analog, the equipment was heavy, expensive and not really reliable. It was the time of the homemade amateur holiday video. Normally no voiceover, but with music made from the year of the holiday or just songs that would fit in the scenery. It took an eternity to finish a single video of maybe 30 minutes. Many things have changed since then. Today I travel by bike because for me it is the best kind of holiday and traveling. On a bicycle I move on a slow pace, be part of the landscape, the nature, the culture around me. I clear my mind and live completely in the moment. But I still have the vision of these annual holiday videos back from the analog times. Why? Because I like it. The pictures, the music, the impressions. And I think, although my videos may not have the greatest range, I am not alone. And this is why I want to share my videos with you. My vision is that everyone who wishes shall find content to relax, to watch whenever he or she cannot sleep, or as an inspiration for the next bike adventure. Maybe it is some kind of native view, because a professional moderated show is of course good entertainment. But it is surely not what you would actually experience when you are really out there. You may find my bike touring videos boring, you may find them amateur level, but those videos are made like this by choice. And for my subscribers, you are the best community on this planet. Love you folks. What do you think of my videos and how do you feel about that? Let's discuss in the comments below. Trigger warning, this next part is about alcohol and sobriety and sober living. If you can't hear about it, please skip to the third part. On a summer evening in July 2012, just right after I had finished the last pages of my diploma thesis, I went home from my Paris. The evening had been nice, 2 bottles of wine, a lot of philosophy and plans for the future. That evening, when I had been standing in an old-fashioned, strongly reeling diesel-driven train from my parents' home to my own apartment, I made a decision. While my head felt double the size, my stomach strongly pulls the ropes to stay in place. I finally made a decision to never ever drink any alcohol again in my life. And this was by far the best decision of my whole life. From that day on, the now 13 years that followed, my whole life improved completely. Not only that I gained physical and mental strength and durability, but my mind and thoughts have never ever been so clear. It really was like getting myself to know, the real one, that I had always seen through a milky glass while I was still drinking alcohol. He does not like partying, he likes being in nature, he likes reading, writing, creative actions like this YouTube channel, quiet moments over crowded places, thinking over yelling. And you know what? I really, really, really love this guy. This real me. Stop drinking opened a door to a new level of self-confidence for me. Not to justify myself before others really started 13 years ago when I stopped justifying myself for not drinking. Isn't it completely odd? Completely weird? When was the last time someone asked you why you are not smoking weed or sniffing cocaine? But if you don't drink alcohol, everyone seems to have the urgent need to ask you why. Anyway, it was the best decision of my life and I will never ever go back. Maybe you consider to drink less yourself or even consider stop drinking, at least for a certain time. If you struggle with it, please take professional help. Go to AA if it helps you, search for therapy if it is necessary. What's your opinion about this topic? Do you have any experience with sobriety or sober living? Let's discuss in the comments below. What does a YouTuber watch on YouTube? Here are a few channels I subscribe and a few thank yous to fellow YouTubers who inspire me for this channel. Or maybe even more for my own way of life. The first one, beyond any doubt, is Ryan Van Duzer. Not only do I love his videos, from the stunning landscape of the US, especially in Colorado, to the exotic coasts of Mexico and Costa Rica, but his positive attitude towards life, with all its challenges and happy moments, inspires me every single day to make the best out of it. His mantra, "Get out there," has kind of become my own one. So thanks a lot, Ryan, and no flatties, no crashies, no whammies. Another person I like to thank is the German theater and voice actress Jana Ambrosi. Besides a channel where she reads Harry Potter fanfictions, she also is a campaigner for sobriety, sober living and education about alcohol. The first years of my sobriety, I sometimes was insecure if I would go this way completely, if it was possible to stay sober when drinking is considered normal. Jana showed me what a gift of freedom a sober life is. And in 2023 I had the honor and pleasure to talk to her personally and record a podcast episode with her on her channel about my sobriety and my life. It is in German, but I think at least auto-translated subtitles are available. Also, she and others are doing a lot so that alcohol is limited more strictly in Germany, where you can legally buy booze even on gas stations. And that the public becomes aware of what kind of drug is sold to them. You are absolutely fantastic, dear Jana, and your work makes this world a better place. Big shout out and thanks. And as the last one on this list, I strongly recommend to visit her channel. She is Canadian, not only travels a lot by bike, but is also a nutrition specialist. That means, besides a lot of bikepacking and bike touring content, she also has delicious recipes for on-the-road snacks and other tips for the right fueling of your next bike adventure. Thanks, Sheila, for making bike touring a lot easier. Did I miss anyone important? Let me know in the comments. So far, this very personal video. As I said in the beginning, all of this is my personal point of view. Any questions or remarks? Let us discuss in the comments. The next video will be a lot more materialistic, I promise. So far, thanks for watching. I see you on the road. And as always, safe journeys. And yes, of course, a big thanks to you, Cassie, for your most favorable company. Never to forget.